just checking the stream's live. I think we're up and running. Social media corner, someone, we're just waiting for Rod Hammerboosh. There we go. We're live in 5. Just checking the stream's live. Season 2 GTS D2 finale from a slightly overcast and chilly Brands. Got a full group, 14, 15 drivers I think today, which will be, it's going to be quite good. There's a couple of new ones in there as well. Kia G, we'll have to figure that one out. We'll see how we get on. It'll be, I think the tag drivers will be quick again today. They've already tied up the team championship, so we'll see how it goes. It's a little bit glitchy. I don't know if anyone's watching the stream yet. If you just tell us in the chat, OSI. If you just tell us if the stream's a little bit twitchy as well, because my headset's a little bit crackly. It will come back out and back in. Oh, Rod Hammerbush is in and out. He'll be okie-dokie in a minute, checking it all about. Are we staying this time, Mr. Hammerbush?
Sorry about that there, Jeff. I couldn't quite hear you.
Right, I might just dive out this chat and restart it, because it's dead crackly at mine. I just want to make sure. Apparently it's okay on the stream, but it's going to make talking to you guys a little bit difficult. So I'll close this one down, start another one, and go from there. 2 seconds.
I've joined the right one here, haven't I?
Oh, see, that sounds better now.
I blame Sony, but if they want to send us anything free, I'll endorse them.
It's a little bit crackly, but we'll see. So the stream's back up and running. It's better than it was. We'll make do. We shall make do. So I believe we've got Rod in social media corner today, and Ash in the blimp.
It's a long way up here.
Is it? What can we see from the blimp today, Ash?
Clouds.
Clouds.
You're looking the wrong way again, Ash. How many times when you're in the sky, look down. Not up, down. I know you like to try something a little bit different every now and then, but the track is always going to be below you.
And the view is superb.
It is.
I saw it says Ash is a blimp, which I can confirm that is true.
Phil is taking a wee. He said to wait for him. I think Dot, he also last time was having a poop.
Was it Phil having a poop last time, or was it somebody else?
Do you know what? He's a bit like Kimi Raikkonen, the infamous interview with Schumacher's presentation at Interlagos, when they said, "What did you make of it?"
Changing a bed.
Well, he may have been.
Because he was making a sheet.
Yeah. I don't think there was a lot of love lost between the two of them, was there? So, social media corner's quiet so far. We've just got Ivor. He was an engine, do you know?
He was,
Yeah. So while we're waiting, we'll just have a bit of a random chat. I know you. I went for some fish the other week, Mick, which is why I didn't make it. And I also, obviously, not eating meat. I do have a lot of vegetables in my fridge. And last night I was walking past it and I heard some music coming from it. It sounded really like the Bee Gees. So I opened the fridge and it wasn't. It was just the chives talking.
No! No!
Oh,
is this how it's going to be for the rest of it?
Maybe.
It's what it's going to be like, isn't it? Anyway, I shall get a sharing on social media from Social Media Corner.
Sharing's caring. And you know, obviously the the pandemic at the minute is causing a lot of businesses to really struggle financially. Would you know our local doctors has just gone out of business? Apparently he was losing his patients.
Your joke. Sometimes your jokes are just getting better. Sometimes they're just truly appalling.
Well, it's because I'm on my own now. Mrs. Astro's decided she's going to leave me because apparently all I was doing was talking about video games, which I think is a ridiculous thing to fall out for.
Oh dear.
Could they please just start the race? I can't take any more of this. Oh, we need to remind everybody that's in the stream as well to stick around at the end for a special finale that we'll have for you.
Yep.
The special finale that came out of my brain not 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I think
that's a ladies' night.
It is a
ladies'
classic.
night would have been a good choice. But I don't know the legality of using the ladies' night song on a stream.
I think we'd struggle. It's obviously we're all there's quite a few of us on here, parents, and we've got daughters. I was having to check. My eldest daughter's just moved away, and I was having a chat with her last night. And she's a bit stuck with career choices. She can't decide if she wants to be a hairdresser or a story writer. So I said to her, just flip a coin, baby. It's heads or tails.
Jesus God! Oh, new one of Mrs. Butterscotch left you.
I know. Last one. I bought a chicken the other day to make a sandwich. Turns out he just poops all over the floor and can't make a sandwich. There we go. We'll leave that one there now. We may have some more. Shane's not here with us. Shane is a big one for penguins. I like a penguin, actually.
Do you like to pick one up?
I pick one up, yeah. Grim hates cats, apparently.
Exactly. I've been talking to Grim today, and he says it's not cats in general that he hates. It's just all cats. Ginger cats. He doesn't like ginger cats. I was on the way, so I was thinking of something to say there, but then my child came downstairs and I completely lost track of what was going on.
And
so I'm just going to put that one down as a brain fart.
Yeah, we are live as well. I think most of us in an adult way would have figured out where that one was going.
Yeah. Grim does hate cats. Oh no, Grim in...
Apparently fake news.
Fake news. Grim in Social Media Corner is saying fake news, but I mean, if he is to say fake news, you have to do it in the style of Donald Trump got fake news.
Oh, Donald Trump is fake. We can't get political. Let's leave politics. Fifi's, sorry, I'm not quite sure for. I don't know where Fifi is at the minute. Fourth. It's trying to. Oh, big drift. Into the wall. I think there'll be an announcement this week of season 3 teams. I think there's quite a lot of. I think most of the seats are already taken. And decided, but there's no kind of like team announcement videos yet. We may. I know the lineups of at least one of the GT3 and Group 2 teams, and then maybe a wee pre-season promotional video coming, which will be sent out in the Discord. It's going to be a good season. I think it'll be the Group 2 cars will mix it up a little bit. They're epic things to drive. They really, really are.
I had a little play in a Group 2 car. I enjoyed it.
It's you would want to be careful you don't blow the engine because they're quite prone to blowing a rod, which I don't might work out in your favour. But I believe that I've heard a little sniff that Mr. Hammerbush may be driving in an OFR league in one way or another in season 3.
That could. potential that Mr. Hammerbush could be driving in the Beginners League, because let's face it, I am a beginner really, I'm not very good. But there is that possibility that I could be there.
It'd be good to see. I think it's a great idea, the Beginner Cup, Clubman's Cup, or whatever you want to, however it's actually going to be finally named.
I think it should be the Hammerbush Award for junior drivers, even though I'm old.
Or the Junior Cup. It's a great idea. There's obviously the level of sort of like D2 and D1. It jumps quite a bit, to the point where I think sometimes drivers can come in and it's difficult to step in straight away. So I think it's also going to bring more people into the league. And obviously OFR, it's not just all about GTS. There's F1. There's going to be an F2 league next year. There's 4 divisions of F1. I don't know how many F2 races there's going to be. I know there's quite a lot of people signed up on the Discord, and probably more than a race can hold. There's Dirt 2, and maybe other things as well. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that quite like to see a MotoGP league as well.
And Farming Simulator, that would be a good league to see.
Farming Simulator, yeah.
Tractor racing, everybody would like to see a bit of tractor
racing. Do you know what?
racing.
I'd love to race a forklift around Brands Hatch, to be quite honest.
Forklift around, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, we'll see.
We should commentate on Farming Simulator, Manu. I think we do great at it.
Mm.
And he's ploughing the field, and and he's done it.
That's a good way to earn your corn, boys.
Oh, Ash cracked a genuine funny.
What? Who are you? And what have you done with the real Ash Wilson?
I am going to lay down and worship the funny. Do you know what, Ash? That's probably, in all the time I've known you, that's probably the funniest thing I've ever said.
I think that's probably the first funny he's ever said.
Yeah, it was good. It was quick. It was quick.
Oh,
it is start of the race. It was that quick. I thought it was half on the grass.
I suppose in Farming Simulator I'd be really good at cutting the fields.
A bit like a certain driver today who I raced.
We'll leave the politics there. So it's the start. This first corner is going to be, and I believe this is it?
Is this the practice start or is it the real start? It's a start of some sort.
Yeah.
Then we'll see what happens.
Fifi's stuck on the grid. He's moving now, but very, very slow.
Now,
off the line.
With D2, I don't know if that was a practice start or if that just was the actual start, because it's D2.
I believe...
I can fly. We've got Little Ace, which is Liga in the chat. Spinorama in Dahus.
Yes, well done on your second place today, the Flying Finn.
No, he was driving.
No, I do believe.
I think that was a practice start.
Real. I'm already. I've just got an invite to the Discord. Apparently, I'm already a member. I'd figured that already. Well done, Twitch. No, that must have been the practice start. So let's go back in. Let's re-enter. And await this race shizzle. Spinorama into house. Well done, Lika. I think you did well. Second place, good 1-2 for the team and the team championship. Nice guy, Lika, as well. Very, very. He's epic in an F1 car. He's taken me from a complete ding of a novice. Decent result in 7th last time. Dead helpful, good guy to have around. Do you know what? I'm going to have the beverage challenge today. I'm going to take a sip and just take a little gulp now. And there we go. Let's see if we can guess what.
That was a bottle of Oasis.
Nope. Although I did have some Oasis soup earlier. And do you know why it was called Oasis soup? Because you got to roll with it.
Oh dear. Head thinks it's a vegan smoothie, otherwise known as water.
Nope.
Smalley thinks it's lime gin, and Lita's asking how does it smell?
He's very, very close. Very close. Anyway, let's just get this start out of the way, then we'll go for... I think everyone's away. No one's stuck on the grid, which is a start, but it is good to see 13 cars piling down to his first corner.
Well, we're going to see 11 of them piling into each other.
I'm going to call this the wobbly bit because I don't know the full names of all these here. I think we're doing quite well. Colin. And they're now just tipping down into Brian. If we have a look, see this, I'm hoping, real fingers crossed that Othed has a good run today. He's been quite unfortunate so far. We know him quite well. He's a Man United fan, but please don't anyone hold that against him.
Jax is getting into the back of his own teammate Marco.
Well, that's going to be...
and Jax has got damage both front and rear end.
I've heard that's how you end your nights, with both damage on the front and rear end.
See, this is going to be... These four are back... Gets gaps everyone a little bit. This going around the outside into... I believe heading towards Sheen's now, I think, is it?
Sheen Curve, yeah.
That one's actually... No, that one's actually known as Potter's Bend. Named after Harry Potter, obviously.
So Other's got a lead now. He's rapidly approaching like 1.5 seconds.
Come on, Othed, you can do this.
Othed River. I think I sing that every time.
You do?
It's no. Just back to the beverage. It's not a lime gin, Smolly, but it does have lime in it, and it's non-alcoholic. Although I will be having cactus and lime gin later. But
is it Sprite?
No. I was a bit rummed out last night. I didn't really want to get up at 6 this morning to go and race toy cars.
I haven't had a drink since in 2 weeks. Wow.
2 weeks. You must be dehydrated.
I really am dehydrated.
It's out to 1.8 now as well, which is if you can just keep it on. I know obviously the FT1's can be a bit
can
lively.
Can you put the race info on for
I always do it every time.
Wait,
there you go.
By the way, my friend, I hope you're well.
Do you know what? I only do that for Kimmy, just because I like hearing the sound of his typing.
Marco's been taken out by one of the Beatles.
John Lennon, you dirty driver.
I believe it was Ringo Starr.
It was the one in 10th. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name.
Koichi. Actually, no, I'm going to call him Beetlejuice because that's the first thing I thought of when it came to that. So, got Beetlejuice in 10th. No. Oh God, no. Because we can only talk about him twice in the race because we all know what happens.
Yes, that is very true. Michael Keaton will pop up and go.
Yeah.
So Jax is off in the gravel at Paddock Hill.
If you can give us,
River is now 2 seconds in front. His pull-out game is strong today.
If you get an incident, Ash Hurley, if you can just tell us roughly what position they're in, we can just jump to him. Look at this. Yes. Now he's now just on 2 seconds, but Superbout is just pulling him in. The M6, although it is a horrible specimen of a vehicle, he's actually quick in a straight line, so he's already obviously dropped off his wares.
Vile.
Well, it's good. It's nice to see Othed out front. And today, I think he will actually probably score more points in this race than his beloved Manchester United will score all season.
I do believe that. You do realise when he watches this back, we're going to get some very nasty hate mail on Facebook.
Good.
Yes.
And at least his car's got 4 wheels on it because Ollie's has certainly dropped off.
Yes, and Manchester United have actually changed the name. It's now Manchester United.
Manchester Far.
You know what it is? I'm gonna get a party invite later, and I'm gonna. You know what it is, right? You know what it is. You are just taking the mick out of me. You know what it is.
7th place. Phil Babbage has just been put off at Paddock
by
Havoc, I think.
Havoc. Do you know what? I am going to get my PlayStation rebuilt and this replay thing, no idea why it doesn't work. Actually, if anybody's in the stream that's knowledgeable about PS4 type stuff, we've been through all the settings, we've been through it with Dr. Robot, and it just doesn't do replays on my PlayStation.
The only way to actually fix it is by putting it in the bath full of water and hit it with a sledgehammer repeatedly.
Right, we shall have to have a... see, a nice little battle here between Riccardo Patrese and Fifi and the Flower Tots, with Tom just behind us. Oh, Fifi's got him.
Fifi is around the real Slim Shady. Tom is right on his back bottom.
This could get a little bit dicey here, actually.
Meanwhile, there's a good battle for 7th with Havoc, Mr. Beetlejuice and BJ Robbie.
Actually, we've only got one more.
We've got one more left.
Well, we've only got one more.
You're going to have to be careful, mate.
What?
We can't say his name 3 times.
Why?
Because then he appears and then mayhem
Have you ever seen anything in the world called films?
Yes, Die Hard.
No, that's not film, that's real life.
Then no, I haven't.
Right, well, you can't say his name 3 times, otherwise Michael Keaton will pop up in your front room and go...
And then all hell breaks loose. Just dive back up to... Oh, Super Bounty, we just caught this at the right time. Super Bounty and Othed going side by side. That was a clean move by Bounty there. If I was Othed, I'd just sitting behind him, save a bit of fuel and his tyre wear. Looking good on tyres.
Looking very good on tyres, but you were saying that you did very well at I know you were doing very good on tyres today, because I was also your race engineer for a little bit.
You were, and a very good job. Yeah, I just drove like an absolute plum. Like I said, I didn't think I'd make the race today, so didn't do as much practice as I could have done.
Asking what name we can't say.
He's down the inside of Patrese for 4th.
If you minced Beatles up. Patrese off. Oh, please come back on. Oof. Lucky. That was a really that could have been a monumental bad thing. Yes. Yeah.
The real Tracy was dead or alive there. He was spun right round.
Yeah, you've done one funny this time. Never try again, Ash.
Okay.
Well, he's in the pits now.
Because they went back to extreme damage now, haven't they? High damage.
Yes, they have.
Any damage they have, they will have to have it removed.
You see, if there's a possibility he was going to run a 4-stop as well on this strategy. If he's pitting here, I think it's
He's gone out on the hards.
Really?
Ooh, that's
full tank of fuel, and he's gone out on the hards.
This is a gamble to try and perhaps run to the end on tyres.
That's a bold call.
It's a very bold call. We'll keep an eye on his lap times.
In South America, they would call that big cojones.
But the medium was a good tyre. I run 19 laps on him in that first.
No, you're driving. You weren't running.
I don't run anything other than a bath. We're just going to jump back up to the front. Othed is now pulling Super Bounty back in. Let's have a look at his tyre wear is so much better. It'll be interesting to see how much he can pull him back in by before the first round of pit stops. So we'll just stick with this for a bit. 23.6 is a real good lap time. Obviously, it's nowhere near Alien Tay or Baking Tray, as he's more affectionately known. I think he might have even set a very, very high 21, which is just a ridiculous lap time.
I think it was a 21 in the end. Bacon Tray is superhuman.
It's that fast it should be illegal.
It's
not because he's illegal, it's because he's actually kitchen equipment, and it's a fun fact that kitchen equipment can drive really fast. So
there you go. It's he's a phenomenal driver. It would have been great to see a season-long battle between himself and Shane, to be honest. I think that would have been fantastic to watch.
Meanwhile, battle for 5th with Dr. Walmart and Havoc, creating Havoc.
No, that was his parents.
That was Mr. and Mrs. Havoc.
And they're both pulling Fifi back in as well. They do well actually just to sit in behind each other and just not. He's off. He just waiting for a gap that wasn't quite there. Oh, Riccardo Patrese's left. Riccardo Patrese has left the room. Just see where we've got. Oh, he's in a safe place. He's about 1.5, 1.6 to Super Bounty, and just under 4 seconds back to Tom in third. It will be great to see Otherd get a podium.
Oh, I would love to see Otherd get a podium. It'd be the most deserved podium of the season.
Castle is
he's
saying
been very unlucky.
This is arguably good banter. Kimmy is saying take care with Tom. I'm not sure if he's insinuating there might be a little bit of contact or if Tom needs a cuddle.
I'll give Tom a cuddle if he wants a cuddle. I mean, I'm very cuddly.
And
Robot Ash, the greatest hero of them all.
Because someone said in the stream last week that he was English, whereas he wanted to point out he's in fact Welsh. So Tom, you are Welsh.
Whose shoes are they?
I bet whoever said that was feeling a little bit sheepish.
Whose shoes are those trainers?
You stand by her. Anyway, we're going to have to behave.
I was actually, I was going through Wales once and I seen a farmer walking down the road with a little lamb in his arm. I said, "Are you sharing that?" She went, "No, get your bloody own, boy."
Oh dear. Joe,
these two are getting worse.
I actually saw a magic tractor yesterday on my way in from work. It turned into a field.
Oh, good lord.
What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor?
Where's my tractor? Ivor Sawhead is saying, I thought Otherd wasn't racing OFR again. I think he's changed his mind.
I think the toys came. He collected all his toys up and he put them back in his pram, and the dummy went back in and he's happy again. I think he's very happy right now. I'm
if you look at these two,
certain he's a wreck.
These two are looking at possibly one stopping this as well. Sorry, two stopping maybe. Certainly they're both on softs. Tyre wear Otherd's a little bit better on tyres than Super Bounties at the moment. And he's getting faster on these.
Really dropping that much.
He's actually a quarter of a second more.
I think you could try and push this for just the one stop. Be really out the box. It's the last race of the season.
Which is
go on, go for
apparently in motor racing circles, that's actually known as the JLS strategy because you only got one stop. There we go.
I'm starting to agree with Ivor Sawhead in the chat. I can't read it out, unfortunately, but I'm agreeing with you.
Oh dear. Yes, that's, he loves it. He messages me all the time and says, "Tell me something funny." The gap's staying fairly constant now at just over 2 seconds. Tom's just pulling them back in. Just jump back to see how Tom's. Tom's. There. He's through the grass and back on. Come on. Oh, he's come back on clean. If he gets his toe back in, sits in. This is. The one thing with these tyres is when you get a bit of dirt on them, they're just horrible.
I think we've just given the commentator's curse. Let's never look at them again.
Oh no!
But you know what? He's fourth. He's in at the end. He should be in at the end of this lap for a stop.
He could use this one for a stop and still push for the 2-stop.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the strategy he was running on. Super Bounty's probably going to be in this lap as well. I mean, he's offside. He's near side rear. He's probably like 30, nearly 40% worn now. He's not going to be able to hold these out for much longer.
Not that I'm trying to give pit lane engineering and secret code on a stream, but Otherd, if I was you, come in this lap. Go for a 2-stop now, mate. Head down, you'll be fine.
Oh, weird. Right, Super Bounty's in. So now we'll get to see who's. Because I believe Riccardo Patrese, who's just gone, is the only one that has stopped up to now. So most people look to be trying to run this on a 2-stop. Fifi's in, Tom's in, Super Bounty's in.
Otherd's in.
Otherd's in.
Ooh, BJ Robbo's running longer and
BJ Robbo has. BJ Robbo must have pitted.
BJ Robbo must have. We'll go back to BJ Robbo there, because his tyres look far too fresh. Is he already stopped?
He must have stopped.
He came on lap 7, I think.
And also Doc Coop, and then we're back into Fifi. I think everyone's stopped now. It's whether they've stopped earlier or a little bit later.
But we believe they've stopped. This is breaking news.
Yeah. So we're looking. There's down to Ram. Ooh, here we go. He's put the mediums on.
Mediums on now on brimmed attack. Oh,
he's not quite brimmed. He's gone about 90% on the fuel. He might be going to try and run, possibly run to the end on this set of tyres. It's doable. 20 laps on the set is a big ask, but he's still in the points. He could possibly do it. We'll just have to see when he next dives in. Just have a look. Jax, he's just on the back of the field at the minute. He's not.
Jax really rubs that apex.
Marco is ahead of him.
I heard it was all his fault.
He was just going to go
That's a rumour,
for
isn't it, Mick?
Jeetle Boost. We will call him Jeetle Boost because we're safe with that.
Yeah.
So Marco's now taking 10th, and we'll just see he's pulling the time back on OZ quite a lot. I mean, the mediums they're not a bad tyre, but they obviously haven't got the grip that the softs have got. But you will get a lot more laps out of them.
Did you find when you ran the mediums that they sort of get better the more the wear?
Probably 8 or 9 laps in, they were as quick as as I was going on the softs. But 15 laps on the mediums is not undoable. The drop-off's not that substantial.
Marco's just had a little bit of a
wibble,
loose back end there,
a jelly moment. So
slack bottom.
He is pulling over back in. So we'll keep an eye on that gap there. We'll just have a look. But you see sector 2, just coming off the back straight, 8,000th slower than the fastest. So the mediums they're a good tyre. The differential between the softs and the mediums here isn't as big as it's been at some tracks. Some tracks you found they've lasted for just as long.
There's a move for third, BJ Robbo, Dr. Co-op on the inside of BJ Robbo.
He's made it stick.
BJ Robbo's
coming straight back at him though.
He did. He pulled on Ash on the inside there and went half on, half off. We'll call it a Kingsman move, like a 50-50. But this is going to come. This is a 3-way battle now: 3rd, 4th, 5th, with Dot Co-op, BJ Robbo, and Fifi as well. We'll just jump back to Fifi, see what the gap is. Again, I mean, that's coming down. Fifi's just gone a 2/10 purple. He's obviously going to be aided by the slipstream. These times on the second stint probably are going to get a bit quicker because obviously everyone's running half fuel on fresh rubber. So we'll just stick with these for a bit. We'll give Spinorama a little bit of airtime. I'm not sure whether Spinorama...
They get enough airtime in D1.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
It's nice that they're all kind of like fairly safe. It's settled down now in this middle stint, and I would think most people will be just taking things a little bit steady. I think they're about to come up on lap drivers as well. No, they're not. If you look now, you've got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. They're all kind of in the same shot now. There's 3 seconds covering
Tom's run wide.
The first
okay.
4.5 seconds now covering the first 5 cars, which for halfway through the race nearly is quite impressive. And it's been quite a clean D2 race, and I'm not insinuating that D2 sometimes gets a little bit kissy and cuddly,
nudgy.
But nudgy McNudgerton.
It does get a little bit nudgy, but it's been very clean. It's definitely cleaner than me right now.
So let's just jump back to see. Others come back to 8th now. He was down in 9th. He's actually pulling time back on
Havoc.
A little bit of time back on Havoc. He's had a little bit of a slide there. If you look at his times are still low 25s. is not too much different on the mediums than he was on the softs.
Come on, Orthed. We know you can do this.
Let's see what happens. So we see Havoc's now catching Tim.
There's less than 4 seconds from first to fifth. This is a very, very close race.
I mean, there's only 11 seconds between 7th and 1st, which is not for 15 laps into a race. He's very, very. It's unusual. It's normally started to splinter and spread out a little bit more by now. I'm just going to jump back up to the top, because I think your first, second and third battle, they've just gapped Doc up a little bit. Tom's just gone nearly 3/10 purple in Sector 1. And again, I know we keep saying it, but the Porsche's a good all-round car. It behaved very, very similar. So he's pulled another 2/10 out there.
It's not far for a squash beetle.
This is possibly, if he keeps it together and can just pull up with toe, it's possibly going to break a 23, which in a D2 would be very impressive. Now he's just lost a bit through there. I think he lost it into the second right. I would ideally call it the Lesmo then, but it's not, because that would be Italian hatch. Or loft hatch, maybe. So overtaking. So who's off? Who's off? Let's jump back down to the back of the field. Jax is off. Was the yellow flags going through Sector 1?
So yeah, that was nice. I was just about to say that was a good entry, but he's managed to.
Yeah, but he's good. He waited a second time as well.
That was that much of a donut. Ash tried to eat him.
Oh dear. Let's just dive back down to 4th and 5th. The battle between BJ, Robbo and Fifi is the tightest that we've got at the moment. He's tight like a tiger.
Tom isn't letting Swabouty get away neither.
No.
It's only half a second.
Ash, do you have any fun facts about Brands Hatch?
There was Johnny Herbert had his life-changing accident here in 1988. Broke both of his ankles. He surprisingly came back in 1989 in his first ever Grand Prix, finished 4th in Brazil. There you go.
Said fun facts, not very dark facts.
But very interesting. But otherwise, I don't really have that fun fact.
The gap between Super Batman and Tom now is just starting to level out about 0.8 of a second. Tyre wear is very similar. Fuel, Tom's running slightly less on fuel, so this is going to make it the next round of pit stops quite interesting, because obviously he's going to have to fuel slightly longer. We've now got 5th, 6th, 7th in the pits.
That may be the
they're going to be a
brigade.
3-stop, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where these two stop. I would imagine they're going to run for a 2-stop now. Othed is back down in 9th, but he's pulling right back on Havoc now. But Havoc has just been in the pits. But if you look at Othed's tyre wear, there's not a great deal of wear on them tyres at all.
He's
if
doing
he
very
can just
well
get a decent drive, he is making them last. Whether he can make them last another 13 laps on them is probably quite is optimistic. But he's back in the points and hovering around 3 seconds behind Havoc, who's got 8 seconds to try and pull back on Phil, who is probably going to be in very, very soon. His tyre wear, his near side front is really, really worn. It's going to on a right hand track you're going to expect that, but it's also going to punish him. He's going to punish him every corner, but he's pulling Tim right back in. Doc Co-op is in the pits, or he's just come back out.
He's jumped BJ Robbo.
Well,
Co-op has jumped BJ Robbo in the pits.
I think they probably should have spent waited till after the race, but there you go.
Well, you know, when needs must. A man has needs.
I would imagine BJ Roberts possibly pitted a lap earlier because it's showing just a little shadow of red on his tyres. So hopefully .Corp can just pull away. It has splintered the race a little bit at the moment, but you've got first, second and third hour and a different strategy. They're going to go two-stop, I would think.
Ooh,
they're possibly going to be in
in
another 2 laps time. But this gap between Tom and Superman, it's hovering anywhere between half a second and a second, and they're both driving really, really well. It's hard when they get into this to sit back, soak up the pressure, but also keep enough pressure on from Tom's point of view that you're trying to force the mistake without pushing that hard that you make a mistake yourself. So quite an impressive driver. So straight strategy. He's obviously going to he'll try and make the this set of tyres. We'll just watch what he's putting on. Watch him come out there. He's gone back on another set of softs. So I would imagine he's probably going to try and run till the end now.
Super bounties, man. He's nursing them tyres beautifully, isn't he?
Yeah, it is an impressive drive from these two. They're going to be, I would think, another lap to try and put it. We've got a message for from Smalley. Shut up, Ash. Okay.
Smalley, let's get you racing, then we'll see what happens.
Wait till the beginners. Well, we're not going to go quite into some of that. Thoughts on
typical Ash calling out another driver which he won't back it up.
So thoughts on D1 and D2 so far this season, and obviously a couple of us have driven D1 this year, and Rod has been an asset in the pits for strategies. It's been an interesting year. It's shaken things up a little bit with different cars. Cars have had strengths at some tracks and not at others. And I would possibly, in hindsight, have chosen a different car for this year. But it's been great fun. It's a great bunch of lads with the OFR lot. There's a lot of practice rooms go on, and where people have come in from different leagues. We've all started to intermingle and race with each other. So if anyone is watching that doesn't currently race OFR, jump in, get involved in something.
Come join us. Come join the madhouse.
It's
we have cake.
Oh, do you know what? I hadn't even had a slice of my birthday cake yet. It was my birthday on Friday.
Is it?
It was.
23 again?
I'll be 23 again next year.
Alright. Is it 23 the year after that as well?
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, if anyone is watching that doesn't currently race OFR, get involved, come and have a good fun. It's a great bunch of lads. Everyone's dead helpful. And people are prepared to share information and advice as well. So we've got I think we have got Super Bounty and Tom both in pits. This is going to be an epic last 10 laps. If these two can keep it as clean as that, the last 2 or 3 laps of this stint are going to be
Super Bounty's definitely going to jump him in the pits. He's got so much more fuel.
Dr. Quap carries on.
What's that?
Oh, Smudgy come from his ghost.
There's poo.
So what's the gap now? Yeah, Super Bounty has he's a great pit stop there. If he's fueled to the end, which I would think with nearly 3/4 of tank he probably has, he's gained 4 seconds in that stop, which could be, if he can keep it clean, it could be a race winning pit stop. But the Porsche around here is quite quick because there's no major long straights. He doesn't need to worry about his top end. It's a very drivable car. It's tractable, and I mean he could pull this back He's just got to be careful not to push too hard and make a mistake himself.
I've got a funny feeling through that.
Robo Ash. You will have to repeat that message. Obviously, the blimp was out of range of the broadcast centre there, and you went full-blown Optimus Ash.
I said Kimmy will have been having to watch that race gone over with his eyes firmly closed.
Yep.
After what happened there with Tag.
Well, luckily they didn't tag each other.
Hey, and another one.
Bites of dust.
So
Smalley's saying, "We love Mercs." Said Newt, "Gladly, Smalley," and you know you're going to regret that one later.
If you still look now, though, just having to pop back down to Tim in 6th, still to be 2/3 of the way through this race, and only 17 seconds covering the top 6 drivers. He's been good. They're all still set in 24s. This has probably been, on the whole, the cleanest and most competitive D2 race we've seen for quite a bit. Maybe putting damage back on full has helped.
Fifi's having his best run of the season in 5th as well.
Yep. He's doing well. Let's just dive back down now. So we've got Tim in 6th, Havoc in 7th, who's just nibbling back at Tim's lead. Phil Babbage in 8th, Marco 9th, and Othed, who is still out on that set of mediums. Look at his tyre wear. The tyre wear's not bad. He could make these last to the end. I would look at that fuel and suggest that he's got enough fuel on there for another 9 laps as well.
He can do it. I know he can do it. I have faith in him.
And obviously, if he can make that last, he's going to pull a lot of this time back without having to sacrifice a pit stop. We've got Jeetleboos in 11th and Jax in 12th, who is a big
drifting.
Slide.
He's going for Grimm's slide of the season, isn't he?
He was. I don't think that's going to be beaten. The Classic Cup again, great fun.
That was brilliant fun to watch.
It was one of the best ideas I've had. I mean, it's very, very difficult to just get in a car with no setup that aren't some of the easiest cars to drive, but just fantastic fun. Oh, Jax is off again. Got that. It's
rubs
not
the gravel.
The best of just some runs. Super Bounty in the gap to Tom now. He's still around 4.7, so it's not really dropped. He's probably gained another couple of tenths in the last couple of laps. Tom's going to have Doc Co-op for company in a minute as well. He's pulling him back in.
Are these two going to work together though to try and...
Oh, Doc's just dipped a wheel on the grass there. Coming through Sheens.
Co-op treating that gravel like a good hummus and having a dip.
Oh, good lord.
I am broken. I agree, Smalley. That was a great save by Dr. Aldi.
Dr. Aldi.
Yeah, so Tom's just pulled this back a little bit. I don't maybe soon back. He had a little. I think he's had a little slide. He's just lost 0.4 in that sector. I think Doc Cobbs. Oh, again, just take a little bit of an ash curb there on the inside. This is going to come out as quite tasty as well. The little battle here between BJ Robbo and Fifi. Fifi's got a lot of fresher tyres, and I would think he's probably fueled to the end now. Whereas BJ Robbo is going to have to come in because he has the blinky light of doom.
The blinky light of doom. A racer's nightmare.
Havoc in 6th is getting caught by Tim
Nice, but Dim very,
7th.
very close.
Both on the same strategy, same tyres, so that's going to be quite an epic battle. And Phil Babbage he's going to be in this lap. I would think
another blinky fuel light of doom.
Stop, yeah. And the same for Marco.
It's all his fault.
They're still doing 25s. This could. He's in the points, and I believe a couple of laps ago he was about 22 seconds behind Marco, and he's now got that back down to 18. Marco is going to have another stop. He will be in this lap, so it'll be interesting to see when he comes
just
out.
How close?
Yeah, I think it's close down to
more.
maybe 4 or 5 seconds.
Yes, the blinky fuel light of Doom Smalley is the Corvette's nightmare. We all know that very well.
Yeah, most people count pit stops per race. Rod Hammerbush in a friendly league. We won't obviously advertise a league. It's a group of friends that all met over this during the lockdown pandemic. Rod Hammerbush has chosen a car that has more pit stops than his laps.
Thirstier than George Best.
Yep. So we'll see what Marco. We'll just watch this gap between Marco. It's jumped to Oved now. This is going to pull it back to, I would think, somewhere around 4 or 5 seconds, and I think Oved can make this last to the end. I know he'll be a little bit disappointed with him with himself.
6, 5, 4.
This is going to get close.
It's going to get very.
It's just whether Marco can pull away on them softs.
If Oved is going to make these tyres last till the very end, which 5 laps to go in that tyre weight, of course these are going to last to the end.
Yeah, he's got a points finish. He's got 1.14 back to Beetlejuice. I've said it. Let's go for it. Let's go crazy. So, but again, it's like 4.5 seconds. So let's just jump up to Marco and just watch. He's quite slow onto the straight. I don't know whether he's maybe had a slight wibble. He's obviously going to try and push on. I don't think he's going to be able to catch. I was going to say he's going to be able to catch Phil. We'll just come as Phil has a big impact.
Front aero damage, front wheel damage.
So we'll see.
Is he going to try and run out to the end, or is he going to get rid of that?
Will.
I mean,
I think he will. If you have looked back to the gap between that and Marco, hasn't really altered. So what is maybe he seems to have corrected itself now. He's pulled back about 4 or 5 seconds. Obviously on fresh tyres, no damage. He could now pull that back. He's coming down at quite a rate. I'm just going to dive back up and see where. See, the gap has shrunk between Super Bounty and Tom. He's pulling him. He's down to the 3.7, 3.8. But Super Bounty's lost about 0.9 on that lap. So I don't know whether maybe he's had a little wibble.
Little wibble. I do like the technical terms that we use.
They're proper terms. I've got a book on motorsport terms, and wibble. Wibble's different to a wobble. A wobble, I think it's costing more time. A wibble's just a little bit of a shake.
Squiggle.
Yeah, not a full-on wobble, not a.
So
it's a wibble.
Does it go spin, wobble, wibble?
No, other way
Squiggle.
around. You got wibble, wobble, squiggle, spin. So obviously a spin, you've gone off. A squiggle is like I would sometimes known as a Peter Schmeichel, because if you get a squiggle, it is an epic save.
Yeah, all right, okay.
And wobble is not quite as bad, and a wibble is just probably a little bit squiggly on an exit. Tom, I just noticed then, was 0.14 purple coming into sector 3. So we'll just stick with him on this just lap. He might take the fastest lap. Superman's got it down to 23.2. This could go low 23, maybe even 22. He just lost a little bit in that sector, but he has got it down to 3.5 seconds now. Doc Co is in the pits, which is going to put Fifi, maybe has put Fifi up into 3rd. So we're going to have 2 cars from Spinorama on the podium today. Oh, it's brought these two out right close again. Doc Cope's going to go for a move up the inside.
Oh no, he's still going for it. And he's doing him.
That was hard but fair. It was clean. They gave each other enough. Oh, Fifi's done a bit of a. He has. Ouch. See that's a squiggle. That's going to put. He's got front and rear aero damage and wheel damage now. This is really going to slow him down. and he's back into the clutches now of Havoc and Tim. So we'll just stick with Havoc for a...
That's a shame, because if he was having his best run of the season, I feel today.
I wonder where he was going to go with that, Ash, when I cut across you when he said, that's a
shame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always
so presumptuous.
The gap's extended slightly now to about 6 seconds, but still an impressive drive to put this amount of laps on the set of mediums. I know there's discussions about maybe running a one-stop. Good drive. I know it would be disappointed with the result today, but Others had a good drive. A mistake early on cost him, but that's his only real mistake today. He's got Super Bounty coming up behind him now, so he's going to have to get out of the way shortly. See what he does with the blue flag scenario. Just one we wave right in front of the camera there. That's really helpful, Mr. Marshall. Well done.
Havoc is now up to 5th. He's just overtaken Oud.
Who's that? Who's Oud? I didn't realise Oud was racing.
Fifi got into the
this
back
is going to be 5th, 6th, 7th here. A little bit of a tap there, but it was only under braking. We'll stick with this battle for a little minute, because it's the only real tight battle we've got. This could run to the end. I think this is going to be who soaks up the pressure the best.
Around.
They're all over each other. They're going to try to go 3 wide. Oh, there's contact there from Tim on Havoc.
No.
Tim's gone a little bit wide. He's managed to hold that.
Was that a wibble?
That was heading towards a wobble, really.
I would have said that was more Colin McRae.
Oh, you just have to change the terminology, don't you? You can't just follow the herd.
No, never.
So we've now got, I think...
Oh! BJ Robbo's come off somewhere. It's now turned into a battle for 4th.
4th, 5th and 6th.
Ooh,
that's really tight.
Robbo.
This is going to be very, very close down into the first the first corner.
I thought he was going to have to pit.
He's very, very low on fuel. He could have fueled himself perfectly. There's contact there between
Havoc's up to 5th
and Fifi. Oh, you got 4 cars in shot. The stream's been very, very quiet today. Actually, 81 is quite a it's a very low number. Maybe people don't like us.
I do believe people do like us. I think everybody's being quiet because they're all getting ready for the grand finale that we'll have planned for them.
Yes, Super Bounty is heading round the final corner now.
But I just looked then, the gap was down to 1.7. What a win from Super Bounty there.
Where's Tom? Oh, I think he's doing donuts, possibly.
I think they're going for the photo finish, but...
No, I think he might have had a slight off there.
Squiggle.
A squiggle, that was a definite squiggle. So watch Doc Co-op. Doc does a bit of racing with us as well. He's a nice guy. He takes a good 3rd place, so a good 2nd, 3rd there for Tag, which confirms that they have been the team to beat. BJ Robbo was a good 4th, Havoc 5th, and holds off Tim for 6th. So a good little battle there for the 2 of them. We'll just back down to Fifi and Phil Babbage are the only 2 drivers to finish on the same lap today. So out of a strong field, lapping up to 9th, it's a real impressive drive from that top 3. So decent result. Fifi was unfortunate there towards the end to have that mistake. It could have put a fight in for the top front. Then you got Phil Babbage coming across the line in 8th. Very, very
gingerly.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Whether he's going to try
donuts.
He's going to do a couple of donuts for Ash to eat. Is that
good race. If you look at the penalties on there, it's real good to see. I know D2's been quite close, as we say sometimes this season. But to get through there's only 3 drivers getting a penalty. It's going to be nice, obviously, not to have a heavy week for the stewards. They have been quite busy at certain points this year. Good race. Obviously, season 2 is over. Season 3 to look forward to being different next year. There's only been one GT3 league and the GT2. Appreciate everyone's support and waffling in the chat. And Ash in the blimp and Rod in social media corner.
It has been a pleasure commentating with you this season.
It's been fun. It's been fun. It makes the racing more fun to watch. Oved has made a comment that he
threw it away.
Didn't have. Yes. Yeah.
Right. Anyway.
Smaller saying Ash would better suited rally racing. The amount of times he spends on the grass or dirt. There you go.
Are we ready for the big finale then?
We are ready for the big finale, Rod.
Right. 2 seconds whilst I get my 2 seconds whilst I get my lighter out. Ooh. Oh, they're beautiful, aren't they?
So.
Oh, wow. Ash, look at these ones.
You see that pink one there, Ash?
Yes, I can.
Rod, aim one at the chopper. Aim one at the chopper.
Here it comes.
Oh, missed him.
Oh, so close.
Anyway.
So close.
So, yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the support and the comments in the stream. I know I've had some in the Discord chat as well. We will be back. Not quite sure what we'll be commentating on next season, but we will be back as your commentary team. And we shall catch you all real soon.